All right, hello and welcome back. It's your boy Hank Hackerson with another episode of Hank Hacks Hackers. And today we are going through the MISP room, which was one of the prerequisites of the last room that we did for OpenCTI. So I'm glad that it was like literally the very next thing. So I did OpenCTI in the last video, and then now we're going to go through MISP. It's kind of weird because they had OpenCTI first, and in the prerequisites for this it said that you needed this room. So it's like if you're going kind of down the line, it feels like this should have been first before OpenCTI, but whatever. So yeah, we're going through MISP. This is all part of the SOC Level 1 pathway for TryHackMe. If you don't have access to this service, I would highly recommend getting it. This is another one of their subscriber only rooms, so you would need a paid membership to be able to go through this room. And it's cheap to get, $12 to start, but if you use the link in the description, you get an extra $5 off, so it makes it even more affordable. And yeah, go ahead and get yourself the subscription. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to follow along in these videos, and just make sure that you like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so that you get notified the next time a video comes out, and you kind of follow along with us as we go through our education here. So I am going to jump into this path and this particular module, and we're gonna learn some good stuff today, hopefully. So we got MISP, which is Malware Information Sharing Platform, and as the name implies, there's probably going to be a lot of information shared about malware inside this platform. So we're going to get an introduction to MISP, use cases, core features and terminologies, dashboard navigation, event creation and management, and feeds and taxonomies. So there is prerequisites for this, which is the pre-security path and the junior security analyst room. So let's see if I've gone through any of these things. It feels like I haven't. Okay, I've gone through that. I've gone through that. I've gone through that. I feel like I have gone through most of this actually. Yeah, I have completed this pathway, which is great. And what about this one? Have I completed this one? I think I'm maybe in this one. Junior security analyst. I have done this one too. Nice. Okay, cool. So at least I have the prerequisites for this room. So this should be fairly, simple and easy to do. So there we go. We got our MISP introduction handled, and we are gonna move on to the introduction and features terminologies. I think we need to start a machine, so I'm gonna start this machine real quick. I don't know if I need to use the attack box, but I already have the attack box open, so that should just kind of be available to us. But if not, the link is gonna populate in a couple of minutes, and we can jump into it. So what is MISP? Malware Information Sharing Platform is an open source threat information platform for collection, storage, distribution of threat intelligence and IOCs related to malware, cyber attacks, financial fraud, or intelligence within the community. It is effectively used for the following cases, which is reverse engineering of malware, security investigations, intelligence analysis, law enforcement, risk analysis, and fraud analysis. So this seems to be a pretty big deal, and it's good that we're going through this. It supports the IOC database, automatic correlation, data sharing, import and export features, event graphs, and API support, which is always useful to be able to access the API of something like this. And I mean, these things are mostly self-explanatory just by the title, right? So automatic correlation is something that I would say identification of relationships between attributes and indicators from malware, attack campaigns, or analysis. Okay. And then you just have the rest of this stuff, which is pretty self-explanatory. And so this is kind of what it looks like over here, which is you have the MISP threat sharing database, and it goes to the UI users, so it's you and me. And then there's the database that's also attached to it, and API users kind of use the API to, I would say, interact with it even further. So you could connect your snort, for example, where it's right here, snort export, right? You could export data from here into snort, or export from snort into MISP, right? Or suricata, or any of these things right here. So it's very useful as it seems. And so let's see what we can get here. So the following terms are commonly used within MISP and are related to the functionality. So you have events, which is the collection of contextually linked information. attributes, individual data points associated with an event such as network or system indicators, objects, custom attribute composition, object references, relationships between different objects, sightings, time-specific occurrences of a given data point or attribute detected to provide more credibility, tags, which is very simple to understand, taxonomy, classification libraries that are used to tag, classify, or organize information, galaxies, sounds cool, knowledge base items used to label events and attributes, and you have indicators, which is pieces of info that can detect suspicious or malicious cyber activity. So these are our general terms and understanding, and now that we actually have the machine up, we should be able to jump into it real quick. So it says for you to understand this, launch the attached machine and use the credentials provided to log into the Analyst account. Wait 1 minute for the URL and lab to start up. Use this to log in. So I wonder if I could just do it without using the attack box. Let's see. We might need to go through it with the attack box, but nope, it seems like we'd actually do it without that. So the password is this, and analyst@thm.thm. So analyst@thm.thm, and then we have our password. Let's log in here. And so we got the dashboard, which is the home button, obviously event actions, all the malware data entered into MISP comprises an event object described by its connected attributes. Event action menu gives access to all the functionality related to the creation, modification, deletion, publishing, searching, and listing of events and attributes. Then you have the dashboard, you have galaxies, shortcut to the list of MISP galaxies for the instance that you're on. Input filters, so alter how users enter data into this instance. Apart from the basic validation of attributes, entry by type, the site administrators can define regular expression replacements, regex, block lists for specific values, and block certain values from being exportable. Users can view these replacements and block rules here, while an administrator can alter them. Global actions, access to information about MISP, and you can view and edit your profile, view the manual, read the news, so on and so forth. MISP, simple link to your base URL. The name, so auto-generated from the mail address and currently logged user. The envelope, link to user dashboard to consult some of your notifications and changes since the last visit, like some of the proposals received for your organization, and log out. So simple enough. And so this is the upper menu that they're talking about, I believe. Yeah, it's right there. MISP, Analyst, so on and so forth. So, okay, basic overview. And then you have event management, which seems to be under event actions probably. And there's also the left side menu. So you can create an event, populate events with attributes and attachments. You can publish things. And there's event creation, which we saw on the left side, organizations only. So the members of your organization to see the event. This is community only, so users that are part of your MISP community could see the event. Connected communities and all communities. Basic to understand. It's basically like the public view, private view, things like that, that you can kind of modify within this situation as well. And obviously things that apply to your organization that require an NDA or are proprietary, you would do organization. And things that reply, if you're in multiple branches of a bank, you can do this community only, which would be everybody within that bank or within that branch, and then this connected communities, which is everybody with across all the branches of the bank, or maybe even across other banks that the mother company owns, so on and so forth. So it's kind of what that looks like over here. And then the event details can also be populated by filling out predefined fields on a defined template, including adding attributes to the event. We can use the ML details of Cobalt Strike investigation to populate details of our event. We will be using the phishing email category from the templates. So I think that's what we're going to be working on. Attributes and attachments. So for the intrusion detection system, and then there's batch import. So this allows the attribute to be used as an IDS signature when exporting the IDS data, unless it overrides the permitted list. Then if not, the attribute is considered contextual information and not used for automatic detection. Then you have import there are several attributes of the same type to enter, such as a list of IP addresses, it's possible to join them onto the same value field separated by a line break between each line. This allows the system to create separate lines for each attribute. So you want to add an attribute, view the event, and that's what it kind of looks like here. So add attribute, network activity, IP, and then you put a bunch of stuff in there if you wanted to. Contextual comment for intrusion, add a date to it, and then submit, and then this is what it looks like. And then you can go here and turn it on and off. Okay. The analyst can also add file attachments. So you have an attachment, payload, inherit event, contextual comment, whatever, Cobalt Strike, and then add the binary that you want to attach. And then is it malware, and upload. Okay, simple enough. And now it shows up here. And so you have the full thing under the attachments, it seems. This is what it all shows, I guess. Once you attach it, it shows all these things. Okay, then you can publish the event. So once you've created it, you get to publish it. How do you want to publish it? Published, yes, got it. You probably get to declare how you want it to be published. So it's not published, publish the event. Everyone should be performed, so on and so forth. Okay. How many distribution options does MISP provide to share threat information? Seems like there's 4, if that's what they're asking. It seems like the distribution under add event is 4. So let's see if 4 is the answer. That is the answer. Which user has the role to publish events? Okay, so I have been clicking around this website back and forth trying to find the specific answer to this, and it was actually in the course contents, which makes it super annoying and frustrating. And this is it. This is literally it. Organization admin is the answer for what they're asking for right here. So it's, and they misspelled organization. So that was showing an error message for me, which is annoying again. Okay. All right, moving on. Okay, so feeds and taxonomies. Let me look at, so I have read and about, okay, fine. We don't need an answer for this, but let's read through it. So feeds, MISP feeds provide a way to exchange threat information, preview event logs and associated attributes and objects, select and import events for your instance, and correlate attributes identified between events. And so that can be found in the feeds section. So let's see, list feeds, and which tab is this under? So sync actions, and then under that you can see list feeds, and then you can enable those feeds, and then if you turn any of them on, you can probably go to those feeds and see what's going on. So you click the little magnifying glass and it opens up the feed for you. So it's under sync actions, and then you do list feeds, and then you add them to your feeds, you enable them, and then you can even go to the search button and then start looking at them. Taxonomies are expressed in machine tags, which comprise 3 vital parts: the namespace, the predicate, and the value. And so in this situation, analysts can use taxonomies to set events for further processing by external tools such as VirusTotal, ensure that the events are classified appropriately before the organization admin publishes them, and enrich intrusion detection systems to export values with the tags that fit specific employments. And so this is a bit of a screenshot right here. So it says flexible classification for information sharing. It's a solution to existing taxonomy to create your own to classify your cybersecurity events, indicators, and threats. This technique is integrated as a default mechanism for tagging in MISP and to support a distributed classification where organizations can share common taxonomies. And so namespace, predicate, and the value, Admiralty scale, source reliability C, Admiralty scale information credibility 3, NATO classification, NU, TLMB, Amber. So these are examples of machine tags and human readable tags. So the namespace is in the blue, the predicate I'm guessing is the category, the property attached to the data maybe, and then the value is in green. Okay, so taxonomies are listed under the Events Actions tab, and the site admin can enable relevant taxonomies. So let's see, Event Actions, list taxonomies. These are all the different taxonomies that are available. If we click on enable, these are all the enable taxonomies that exist. And so if we click on this little eye at the corner, we should be able to see these different things. And so these are some examples of the namespace, the predicate, and the value, right? And these are the tags attached to them. So the expanded is the state. Complete means that the information tagged reach a state of completeness with the current capabilities of the analyst. And then so if we were to look at where was it? It was global actions, I think. No, it was sync filters. So if I go home, I don't have the sync, the feeds. So sync actions and then feeds. Feeds are enabled and managed by the site admin for the analyst to obtain information. So I guess the account that I'm on is not an admin account, therefore I don't see it. But I can go into the event actions and list taxonomies, and from there I could see what all the enabled taxonomies are for our particular organization or group, I guess, and then take it from there. Then you have tagging, information from feeds and taxonomies. Tags can be placed on events and attributes to identify them based on indicators or threat identified correctly. Tagging allows for effective sharing of threat information between users. In our Cobalt Strike event example, we can add tags by clicking on the buttons in the tag section and searching from the available options appropriate to the case. I guess I'm supposed to be creating a sample event, which I have not done. So now it's going to ask me to do it probably. Right here it says, so CIRCL, Consumer Incident Response Center, Luxembourg, published an event associated with puppy rat. And your organization is on alert for remote access, Trojans, and malware in the wild. And you have been tasked to investigate this event and correlate the details with your SIM. Use what you've learned from the room to identify the event and complete this task. What event ID has been assigned to the puppy rat event? So let's see. We're going to go to our list of events. We're going to search for puppy rat, and right here. So 1145 is the event ID that showed up when I searched for puppy rat. So let's see if that's actually the event ID. Okay, that's great. So the event is associated with the adversary gaining something into organizations. And what is the hint? It says, what does RAT stands for? It stands for remote access. So I don't think I even need to search that. Okay, there you go. What IP address has been mapped as the puppy rat C2 server? So let's go here. Let's just click on it. And then let's see the IP address that is mapped as the C2 server. Okay, so when we scroll down a little bit and we get down to the timeline right here, there's in the notes right here, it says puppy rat command and control server. And so this is the IP address that has been mapped to this. So if we just paste that, that should be our answer. Very good. From the intrusion set galaxy, what attack group is known to use this form of attack? So the intrusion set galaxy, what attack group is known to use this? And so it's at the very top, and we go where galaxies are, and it's right here. So intrusion set should be Magic Hound. So let's see if we can find that, or see if that's the right one. So magic hound, there you go. There is a taxonomy tag set with a certainty level of 50. Which one is it? So taxonomy tag with a certainty level of 50. Okay, so we're looking at our tags here. Let's see if we can find something that has a taxonomy tag with a certainty level of 50 right here. So it's OSINT, certainty is 50. So, whoops. So OSINT, so open source intelligence. Okay, there you go. And that is our scenario for MISP, threat sharing. This kind of, I mean, this is my least favorite portal so far. So I don't want to be too critical of it, but I feel like maybe it's because I got spoiled with the other stuff that we were using that I didn't like this one too much. So hopefully you learned a lot about MISP and its use sharing malware and threat information in this room. This tool is useful in the real world regarding incident reporting. You should be able to use knowledge gained to effectively document, report, and share incident information, I guess. I think I was supposed to be creating an event or something, but it seems like it already existed. I don't know. Right now, I feel like I did not do well in this video. So I apologize to you, the viewer, if you didn't learn much from this, because I literally was just reading through the information and yeah. Anyways, additional resources, yada, yada, yada. If you get access to this, you can click on all of these things and you can actually get access to this room. So that's something that you could definitely do. And this is subscriber only access for this particular room. And so, yeah, if you want, use the link in the description below and you'll get a discount towards this room. And if not, you can always just follow along in future videos so that you can at least get the information that way. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, comment, turn on the notification bell, all that good stuff so that you get notified the next time that we drop a video on this channel. And it's your boy Hank Hackerson with Hank Hacks Hackers. And I learned in this room, but this is not my favorite platform. So I'm just going to be honest about this. Don't judge me, okay? That being said, I will see you in the next video.